Hi, this is Jack from Waco, and today I'm going to show you how to tie-dye some t-shirts. This is one I made earlier. Make sure you wear clothes that you don't mind getting a little bit messy. So we've got some dyes. We ordered them from the internet, and they're not too expensive, probably about, £3, or you can get little sachets at $1.50 or whatever. And we need to get these powdered dyes into these bottles. These are perfect for tie-dyeing, these ones with the sports cap. I'll explain why a little bit later. But to funnel the powder from these into these, I've used a bit of cereal box. So, country, it doesn't have to be Country Crisp. It can be whatever cereal you use, but I've made a little funnel there. Bit of sellotape. So yeah, this one's yellow. This one's already had yellow in there from my years of tie-dyeing. So I'm going to put this yellow powder into this bottle. So I'm going to pour some in to the filter. Look. Depending on how big the bottle is how much dye you should put in. I'll show you how much I usually put into a bottle this size. I'd say usually around that much. Any more and it gets quite gritty, and we don't want it to be gritty. It's not a British drama about gangsters, it's just tie-dye. So I usually do hot water right to the top. Slow down a little bit. Okay. Shake it up. One word of advice, the dyes look different on the picture. They look even more different as powder. They look like a slightly different colour when they're in here. And when they're on a t-shirt, they're like a little bit of a different shade. So a lot of it is guesswork, I guess, with exactly what it's going to look like. But trust in the process, trust in the universe. And I'm sure you'll have a great time and make some fantastic tie-dyes. And if you don't have these sports caps, like I said, they're really good for tie-dyeing because you can squirt it out. Good thing to do is you really want to recycle everything you've got, really, especially plastic bottles. So you can prick a little hole in the top with a pair of scissors or with a corkscrew. You don't want to get too dangerous with it, take precautions, but poke a little hole in so you can just squirt out like that. You'll see why in a minute. Get a bucket or a wash bowl full of hot water would be great. Good thing about this is your regular salt. It works as fixer to hold the colour into the clothes. That's how the colour stays in. So put loads of salt in there. Salt's dirt cheap anyway. It's not very good for you if you don't eat it, but put loads in there. And salt is soluble, so it just disappears into the water pretty much. Okay, so loads of salt in there. There's no measurements. I do some measurements on some things, but some things are just free. I'm a bit of a freewheeler. Okay, I'm going to take this outside. And get your fabric. I've got a Waco t-shirt here with Waco in white, can you see? The reason we've done that's printed so that when we put the colours on, the white will pop out and it won't get coloured in. But you can do it with anything, bed sheets, socks, wedding dresses, whatever you feel like tie-dyeing, you can do it. Best thing about this, the next thing you do with this, you put it in the hot water. Remember that hot water that we've got loads of salt in there? What? Salty water. Like being in Barbados on the beach. So put it in there and let it soak. You let that soak so it's totally soaking. Okay, so now we need to really wring out the t-shirt. Wring it out so it's still soaking wet, but it's not dripping wet. I'm gonna wring it. Good for the forearms as well. It's just good for your well-being, tie-dyeing. It's one of the oldest martial arts, you know. Ah, that'll do. That'll do, pig, that'll do. Ah, okay, cool. Like I said, it's wet, but it's not dripping wet. Now we'll take it over to the table. Okay, so you've got your wet t-shirt on a table. This is my kitchen table. I've moved outside. A big table is perfect for it. You need it flat. And there are loads of different kinds of designs you can do in a tie-dye. This one here is, it's a bit of an old one now, but it's that classic spiral design that people love. It looks a little bit like, I don't know what, one of those seashells. Anyway, this one, I'll show you how to do this one first. So pinch the t-shirt where you want the middle of the spiral to be. So we'll go classic, we'll go straight in the middle. Pinch it and make sure you pick the front and back of the t-shirt, pinch it up like that, like you're giving somebody a nipple cripple, nip it and twist it, but by keeping the tips of your fingers on the table. Twist it very tightly, and as you can see, it starts to make itself into a spiral. So bring this round, and you need to make it into a pie like that, or a pizza shape. Okay, so it's flat on the table, but you can see the spiral because all of those grooves and all the creases are what the paint sinks into and what makes these crazy colours and these crazy designs. To hold it in the place, these are the ties, these elastic bands. And you can get these from all sorts of shops, you know, the guys who unlock your phone, those little shops, I don't know what they're called, the shops, Tesco, Sainsbury's, the classics, but you can get elastic bands from all over the place, and they're not very expensive either. So, put this over there, this is to hold it in place when we take it to the dyeing station, the death station. Right. You can do two over there, or you can do, you know, you can even go right over. The aim of this is to hold it in its place, hold all those spirals in their place. Okay? So that's one design. Hi, it's me again. I'm going to show you a different design. This is like the wrinkly old man's forehead, like a wrinkled Pomeranian dog. Is that what they're called, the wrinkly dogs? Anyway. So you do all these, and the aim is to get it into that pie shape again, like pie or a pizza. It doesn't have to necessarily be circular, but you know, you can see all these little creases. Like I said, that's the artistic bit. It's easy to do, it just takes time. Bit of dye on there by accident because that's on my fingertips. Make sure you've got clean hands, guys. Okay, cool. As you can see, it's a bigger pie. But look at all these crazy colours. That'll come out like fireworks kind of exploding off the t-shirt. It looks really cool, actually. And again, it's a bit sloppy this time. Just hold it all in place. Okay, yeah, I mean, there's no right or wrong way to do anything. And you know, I often see clothes and you think, oh man, other people make clothes. I'm here to tell you, you can make clothes. It's easy. So if it looks a bit scruffy and a little bit weird, fuck it, it's unique. Why not? This is yours. Okay, so that's the crazy firework one. Okay, so there's loads of other designs you can do. You can do a spiral from here. You know, and that's kind of like, as you can see, it's twisting. It'll be from one side. I'm not going to show you the full thing because you know what's going on. And then you can do things like, let me think. I don't do this one very often because it looks kind of, I haven't mastered the technique. But you do this one, nip a bit there, nip a bit there, nip a bit there. And you can kind of make, you know, black, red, or whatever you want to do. There's loads of different designs. But like I said, there's no right or wrong. If you've got loads of t-shirts like I have, you can just really experiment and really have some fun with it. So we've got our pizza or our pie, perhaps I'm just hungry. We've got our t-shirt. We're gonna walk over to the dyeing stations. Come with me. So, they might not look like much, but this is where the magic happens. Here I have a grill from my old oven. And here I have 2 clothed horses put next to each other. Can we get some close-ups, please, of what I'm talking about? And I've balanced them on my wall and on a chair. The wall and on a chair. Yep. So, bring your t-shirt over. I'll go on the grill. Put it on the grill. And now I'm going to go get my dyes. Okay, I've got my dyes. So you don't want to get me, you want to get the t-shirt, thank you. And and you can put different colours in different sections, like you would on slices of a pizza, or you can put loads in the middle or loads on the outside. It's really up to you. The good thing about these is that you can choose how much comes out. If the lid's off, it'll just go poosh, and there'll be red all over it, and that's annoying. You know what I mean? You don't want red all over it unless you do. That's your thing. But this, you can control it by putting your finger over it and just apply some like that, very gently. I'm going to try and stick into these sections. You know, you'd have to do whatever you want, really. So I'm going to put loads in that one. Maybe go opposite, got loads in that one. Make sure it's really mixed well, because sometimes you get these globules of paint that hasn't really been mixed in very well. Hey, I'm not perfect. Even Beethoven had his critics. Okay, I put loads in that side. And then, I'm just wiping my hands on my tracky bottoms, because I'm wearing the clothes that I don't mind getting a little bit dirty. So here's yellow that we mixed earlier, remember? Here's one we made earlier. Oh, hello little one. I'm gonna apply some yellow into the other parts. Can you see? And you really do have to put a lot on, like, you know, the dye's there to be used. I'm not saving it for the Armageddon or anything like that. So put loads on, especially for a white t-shirt, and especially lighter colours. The more dye you put in, to a certain extent, the deeper the colour will be. But because inevitably some will come off in the washing machine. Sorry guys, you know, it's DIY. So there you go, put loads on that. Oh god, this looks nice already, doesn't it? Like the sunshine, like Mother Sunshine herself. Right, there we go, that's that side done. Keep it down out there. Alright, chill out, Grandad. Okay. So we're going to flip over the pizza. And on this other side, it looks kind of manky, because the colour's all on the other side. So before you flip it, sorry, let me backtrack a little bit. You have to wait until it stops dripping. That has totally stopped dripping now. So you flip it over, and I think it's good practice to do the same colours in the same bits on the other side. Because if you think about it, you know, think about how your t-shirt is, kind of continuity. You know what I'm talking about?
I do.
You do, yeah? Right, cool. So, I'm just going to go straight in. I'm going to dive in. Yellow. Where yellow is on the other side, you can kind of make it out. Like I said, it's not going to be perfect, guys. You know what I mean? It's never going to be perfect. But at least it'll be you, and it'll be unique. Okay, put loads on there. And then, likewise, if it runs over into the other sections, I mean, come on. It's no big deal. It's not that deep. Put loads of the red on. Whoa. It doesn't look like much now, but I've got a special feeling about this one. I got a real special feeling. Alright, cool. As you can see, it's dripping. That is the importance of the grill, you see. If it sits on a flat surface, it will just sit in a puddle of one colour, and that's not good. That means the back of the t-shirt will be brown, or like a colour that you don't desire. So it's good to have this or something similar, a crate or something, where it can drip through freely. Like I said, so it doesn't sit in its own mess. Okay, so we are all about recycling here at the Waco family. So what you need to do is get it into a bag. You can use a sandwich bag or whatever, something to make it airtight. So once it stopped dripping, that looks good to me. So put it in there. Spin it. Tight, get all the air out. Better most of the air out anyway. I haven't got a whole day, you know. And then tie a knot in it. And that's your tie-dye done for today.
Yay!
It's important to let it stop dripping before you put it into the bag to leave it. Because you're going to leave it in the bag for 24 hours at least. I leave it for 2 or 3 days. And if it's dripping, it will just sit in a puddle of its own filth. And that could really mess up your design, your very artistic and revolutionary designs. So wait till it stops dripping. Mine's not quite ready yet.
Yeah.
I've got that tie-dye t-shirt from a couple of days ago. You leave it for 24 hours at least in the plastic bag. I left it for just over 24 hours. I often leave it for 2, 3, 4 days if I can, just to make sure that that dye really sinks into the t-shirt. I was way too excited, so I had to get it out. So, you can open the bag. You can open it or rip it open, you know. Depends if you want to recycle the bag. Okay. Oh, here she is. Okay, so I'm going to take it to the sink, run it under some water, hot or cold, doesn't really matter. Squeeze a bit of the excess paint. If you can see, a bit of red's coming off it. A bit of yellow. Squeeze it off, because if you put it straight on, you will get some of the dye on your skin. Not the end of the world, but... Okay. Get it flowing. Right, okay. Squeeze a bit of that excess off. And then we're ready to reveal. Are we ready?
Uh-huh.